Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're in Hearts of Iron 4, The Trials of Allegiance, the new South American focused DLC for Hearts of Iron 4. Some pretty cool stuff in here, so let's get going. New game, 1936. Yeah, we have some options here. We have Brazil, Chile, Argentina, and there's a few other minor nations like Paraguay that you can play as. But today we are going to be taking Argentina. So you can see Argentina starts out in a bit of kind of a crossroads. They have the infamous decade. It's a pretty unstable country at the moment. We have the infamous decade, stability loss, war support, political advisor cost. Trade laws are more expensive, but we have opportunity. And in order to build a greater Argentina, we're going to first destroy it, to build it up stronger than before. So, sit back, grab a cup of tea, coffee, whatever you enjoy, and get ready as we hop into Argentina. Ah, beautiful Argentina. So, we have problems currently, but we have opportunities as well. So, right now, currently our leader, um, he's fine, but his stability loss is not great. Construction support speed is really good. We're going to be using that for a little bit while. We're also politically corrupt. We're currently under the Monroe Doctrine. We have the Roca-Ruckman Treaty. We have the infamous decade, which is just terrible. And we also have the legacy of the naval arms race, which it's already difficult enough to build a proper navy in HOI4, and this just makes it even worse. So, initial setup. Go ahead and get our army sorted here. Down here in the bottom of the world. We're not going to need our army for a little while. So let's go ahead and line up our generals. Oh, Juan Perun. Yes. I'm sure he will stay happy and in the military and not do anything of consequence for Argentina in the future. Alright. Pedro will be our field marshal, brilliant strategist, career officer, great stats, excellent. Alright, let's get these boys training. Alright, for initial research, let's go ahead and get the better guns. And let's get electronic mechanical engineering. That extra research boost. Start building convoys. We start out with really bad interwar fighters. We're not going to be building those, so get rid of that. And put everything on the guns currently. Assign to Mayo. See that we're running a deficit of steel, so we're going to reach out to our friends in America. Ask for more steel. Yes, American steel will feed the Argentinian war machine. Almost seems historic or relevant. Alright, so we have, first and foremost, we do currently have 11 civilian factories, 3 military factories, but no, we're going to be needing the mills as soon as possible. So go ahead and get these boys queued up in our highest infrastructure regions, which isn't really saying much. We've got work to do. Alright, you can see we have a few options here for our focus tree. We have the centrist path here, the center. We have kind of more historic path, which is kind of a more monarchist type of approach, or not aligned, I should say, with our old buddy Juan down here. I don't know if his wife comes along with him, but maybe she does. All right, and then we also have the communist path down here on the left. For today, we're going to be going down the rightward path for Argentina. Yes, we're going to be building a greater Argentina, and in order to do that and meet the challenges ahead and come to our full dominance of South America, we're going to have to go down and support the Brown Party. So, first and foremost, we're going to need a new leader. So Roberto is our guy. Let's check out our naval situation, shall we? So we've got 2 battleships, 3 heavy cruisers, 2 light cruisers, 9 destroyers, and 3 submarines. Not too bad for a small country in South America starting. So let's go ahead and assign a admiral. Yeah, cuts corners, plus 20% naval damage. I like this guy. All right, and we're off. All right, it's 1936, March. We're full of opportunity here. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, and Germany's doing its thing. All right, we've got a new leader here. Let's check out Roberto. Decent stats. What we're going to be doing is Argentina. We're going to be banking PPS. I know, but we're actually going to be hoarding. We're going to need it for later. So first option, we're going to come down here and choose Julio, our silent workforce. Now, next focus, we're going to work with the nationalists. All right, for our research, we're going to hop down here and choose radio. We're going to keep up on support guns, radios, that sort of thing. We're going to need all this here sooner than later as we're going to be going to war. All right, we have the better guns. I'm going to choose basic machine tools. Try to get that production efficiency up. So as you can see, right now we do have a 1.6K guns shortage right now. And we do have really high production. Well, high for now for the current old junky guns that we have. So we're gonna wait until that deficit is cleared up and we have 1K surplus before we switch out, just to keep that efficiency going. All right. And it looks like we also unlocked some points for our Mayo, for our infantry weapons manufacturer here. So let's go ahead and queue these up. I'd recommend holding shift and queuing up the different things you want. That way you're not bombarded with it throughout the game. Kind of the key is, what we're looking first is keeping the production efficiency up or getting it up as quickly as possible. So let's go ahead and focus on those. Alright, worked with nationalists. Bolivian Socialist Revolution in 1936. I wouldn't worry about it, Bolivia. It's not going to be a problem for much longer. Alright. Got 154 PP saved up. So for our next hire, we're going to come down here and choose Enrique, the tenacious negotiator. An extra 10% political power. Like I said, we're going to be banking a lot of political power this run, so we're going to need it. Now we could come down here and crack down on corruption. As you can tell, from political corruption here, we're taking a 20% war support hit. That's massive. Massive. I'd love to be able to get rid of that, but it also is giving us an extra 10% of political power, and we're going to need a lot of political power. So, as tempting as it is to remove that modifier, we're actually going to stay corrupt. I know. So, next up, we're going to be cutting ties with Britain. What I actually want to do is, we're going to be using Mountaineers pretty heavily throughout this run. So, let's get a couple more Mountaineer brigades going here. Let's assign it to one, get them training. We're nearly past our deficit, so we're looking pretty good. And we'll continue to build mills pretty much throughout the whole run. Alright, we've cut ties with Britain. Alright, so next up, we're going to become radical. So this is going to increase our nationalist movement. It's also going to increase our war support, which is pretty terrible. So let's go. Now, I have actually kind of neglected, should have done this a little bit earlier. We've got 138 PP saved up here. So let's go ahead and choose the chief of our army. We're going to choose Manuel here. The army offense got extra 10% division attack. Huge. We're going to be needing that army XP here very soon. Okay. We've just supported the radical nationalist. So currently we are at 24% for the Brown Party. In order to flip our governments, we're going to need over 60%, depending on which option we choose. Doesn't really matter. So we're going to have to wait for that to tick up a little bit. Currently 0.15 for daily for the daily Brown Party support. Two options here. Here you can choose the economic path. We've got a few options. We can go down here and try to build up our industry. We have our military branch here, Army, Air Force, and Navy respectively. Let's go ahead and choose this army focus here and get this ticking. Gives us 25 army XP, extra mill, and some daily army experience gain. So that's just huge. We're pretty close on guns here. Let's go ahead and actually add this onto towed artillery. We're going to be using a lot of artillery this run. And let's also get some trucks queued up. I know we don't have the mills for them yet. And some trains. And as a little controversial, we only have 2 research slots, but I'm going to go with mechanical computing just for that extra research boost. Try to make use of our 2 slots currently. Now, oh, and machine tools is done. So let's go ahead and choose. Let's choose construction first, so we can build those mills a little bit quicker. And our war support is still terrible. So war support and stability are going to be a problem throughout this entire run. So if you see pretty terrible numbers up there, just get used to it. It's it's going to be a constant problem. I think in order to flip as quick as we can, I'm going to go with the financial expert. If you don't think that's the right pick, let me know down in the comments below. So we got a few options here, a couple options. So depending on which flavor of Brown Party support you want to go with, which government you want, you can either go to the Italian side or the German side. I think Italian side, fascism is more in keeping with kind of historically the movement that was in Argentina, corporatism, but we also have the option to go with the German side, and that's what we're going to do today. Now there is actually a secret path in Argentina that possibly we could explore in a future video. If this video gets 200 likes, maybe we can look at doing that. It's effectively an option where a certain angry little disgruntled ex-painter from Austria may or may not sail down to Argentina and look for exile down here. And we can utilize this person as our leader. That does seem pretty spicy, so let me know if you have any interest in exploring that future video. Now, we do have some doctrine points unlocked here. We're going to go ahead and start elevating our mountaineers. It's going to be great, soft attack bonus. We also want to unlock rangers. Next bit of army XP, I'm going to save up and try to update the templates for our mountaineers. Yeah. I think I have to go with aggressive assaulter and offensive doctrine, just kind of max out that breakthrough and moving. So next up, we're currently at 33. We've got a bit of political power to spin here. I'm thinking stability sucks, war support as well, but let's go ahead and start doing some anti-communist raids and anti-democratic raids in an interest to boost that Brown Party support. And while we're doing that, let's go ahead and choose corporatism here. This will give us some extra PP, more Brown Party support, and a couple extra bills. And for 35 days, it's a no-brainer. But we have 1,100 extra guns in stock, so let's go ahead and switch out to the better guns. Create a variant. We're going to apply that Mayo upgrade here for soft attack and reliability. Excellent. Make sure whenever you have options that have been unlocked through your Mayos that you keep up on them. That's pretty useful. You don't want to forget about those upgrades. They can usually be pretty darn powerful. Brazil enters state of emergency. Vargas of Brazil has announced over the radio the nation was entering yet another state of emergency due to the risk of a coup by the Communist Party. Alright, corporatism is done. Alright, next up. So we're currently at 45% for the Brown Party support. So let's go ahead and choose. I know there's probably more of a mid-max way to do this, but you know, that's not necessarily me. I promise you guys fails. Not necessarily the most mid-maxy guys. So you know, if there's a better path getting down to Garda Nacional sooner, let me know in the comments down below. But instead, we're going to choose the reestablish these guys. So effectively, it was a far-right para-police civil organization that was disbanded or locked up, and so it's going to give us 5 extra units. They're not great units, but they're extra units, and we can certainly use them for some of our early conflicts. Right now, I think it'd probably be the best use of our time and our PP if we go ahead and go up to limited conscription. Here we've got another 122 political power. The interest of boosting us down there quicker. I think what we're going to do here, we're going to come down and we're going to ban communism. It's going to bump that up to 53%. And remember, we need to get over 60% to flip. Alright, now I've got some bonuses here to construction. I would have preferred to be a little bit further down and have improved machine tools already or be working on it to add that bonus to the 39. But we only had 2 research slots and, you know, it's a little tough. So let's go ahead and apply our bonus. And I think I'm going to have to break with the extra research slot. Right now, it's having 3 research slots is going to be very helpful. So let's go ahead and get that. So we've got 50 Army XP, so let's go ahead and change this template around. All right, so for our Mountaineers, let's give these guys a little more bite. So let's see if we can add on. Yep, we can add on. Any more Mountaineers on? We haven't hit our cap yet. Okay, let's add some support artillery on there. And can we? We cannot. Alright, that's going to have to be good enough for now, but this is a good place to start and we can build on this. So that's going to really boost these guys a fair amount. Look at these guys. Look like mobsters, 20s mobsters. And check out the templates. Motorized. Interesting. 140 trucks. They don't have great stats, but at all actually, but they're really fast units, and we could certainly use fast units. We're gonna need to cap Brazil and these other countries, Paraguay, fairly soon, so if we can speedily move around them, that's going to be to our benefit. Alright, as you can see here, yeah, we're continuing to bank a fair amount of political power per day, which is excellent. See, there is some benefits to being politically corrupt. Alright, fascist researchers is done. Excellent, so that's given us our 3rd research slot. Now, let's go down first and foremost. We need to update our artillery, and then we'll move into fighter aircraft. Let's go ahead and take this 100 and ban Democratic parties. Gives us 58% support, so we're so close, so close. Let's go ahead and get the Banco going here. Not exactly an economic powerhouse at the moment, and we're going to need every advantage we can get. Yeah, don't do what I've been doing here. Make sure you follow your trade more closely, especially as Argentina. You don't have a lot of steel, so just try to keep up on that. Try to keep your efficiency high. So we're actually going to be trading another factory. Try to keep importing more steel from America. All right, Banco is done here. So it's pretty cool. So we'll come over to our industrial concern here that unlocked the bank, central bank, 20% research speed, industrial research speed boost, and then 5% reduction in consumer goods. Pretty great. I think I'm also going to go ahead and spend another 100 PP on a superior firepower expert. That'll just make those doctrines cheaper. And then this is where we're going to hold it for PP, and we're just going to bank the rest of it for a good long while. Go ahead into our doctrines here. Now I like to get Professional Army Corps just to increase that that gain. So let's go ahead and grab that. And there we go. Okay, time's come for us to collapse. The current government instead bring Argentina under the protection of the military government. The Guardia Nacional fought for sovereignty during the Argentine War for Independence, and now, under the leadership of Pedro Pablo Ramirez, who's our field marshal, by the way, it shall lead Argentina to a new age of prosperity. Okay. And just like that, we have switched. Now we are the Argentina Legionaria, and Pedro Pablo Ramirez is our leader here. Looks very German. Very German. Okay, so next, let's go ahead and choose rapid militarization, and then we're going to go down to war division. And then we'll be choosing establishing a foothold. I prefer to do this. We're going to take a massive hit to our war support and our stability when we go to war with Uruguay. So we're going to want to take the rapid militarization first here. Let's go ahead and see about getting some better planes. We are going to need them. There could be some benefit to actually moving to that now and seeing if we can maximize the build speed of our mills, at least a couple of them before we move there into the war. So, you know what? I think we're just going to focus on the Mountaineers for the time being. We put the most work into them, and I think that would probably be for the best. Again, they're going to be our shock troops initially, so I think we should kind of focus on them. Okay, rapid militarization. And down here to war division. Gonna give us more manpower, ground party support, construction, mill speed. Oh yeah. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Let's go ahead and start recruiting some more troops. Granted, this is not great, it's just the infantry block at the moment, but it's got room to grow. More queued up here. I know we don't have guns for all of them. Alright, 4 divisions done. This is the better path, honestly. A little spicier. This is peak Argentina right here. So, let's go ahead and choose this first, and then we'll worry about Uruguay. Okay, Argentina first. Not bad. Let's choose for our own path, and then we'll deal with Uruguay. Currently, we don't know what shovels are, so let's go ahead and invent shovels. So I'm going to go down to Battlefield Intelligence for our Mountaineers, give us some more initiative, and reduce the cost of them. And then we're going to bank the rest of our XP at the moment onto our normal infantry so we can unlock Spear of Firepower. Let's keep up on our steel. I know we're trading a lot of factories, and we don't really have many to trade, but it's not going to be a problem soon. We're going to have plenty, I assure you. Let's actually choose one. Spend a little bit of that PP. Alright, our own path. Alright, so let's go ahead and establish a foothold. Uruguay is not going to know what hit him. To naval invade. Take their capital if we can here. Perfect. Let's get some better artillery. Perfect. Okay. Germany's doing its thing, and so are we. Alright, so we've got our war goal on Uruguay here. So let's go ahead and get that kicked off here. We're going to naval invade of our Mountaineers. I know the most optimal path for any Mountaineer. And let's choose naval invasion sports. Bring the speedway down. And push these boys in. So, and we also do have a few planes here that we can add to the army. Alright, so for our next focus, we're going to choose dominating the south. This is where the fun begins, really. So, this is what we're going to have here. So, we're going to be dominating all of South America, not just little Uruguay. No, no, no. Argentina will be a mighty power. Alright, declared war. Let's go. See that we're just dominating. See the naval invasions are happening. Alright, they did have one unit in their capital. It's fine. We will use both of these to pen. Alright, so this sometimes happens here. Brazil requests that we pull out of Uruguay. This is an option they get to basically kind of protect Uruguay or to keep it in their sphere of influence. We don't want to do white peace, so we'll see what happens here. Perfect. Pin these guys. I would not be surprised if Brazil comes to knocking, but that's fine. We're going to need to fight them here sooner than later. Decisions were made. I think what we want to do is we're getting ready to go to war. We need to save a little more PP for the line infantry. I'll give them this. They're really holding out. And pop goes the weasel. Uruguay has fallen, giving us some more guns, some planes, some other support equipment. So we're going to select all states. We're going to take their navy because they have a navy apparently. And there she goes. Alright, 5 destroyers. It's actually a bigger navy than I thought they would have. So we'll add that to the fleet. And just like that, little Argentina has grown larger. Alright, we have enough XP now, so let's go ahead and choose Superior Firepower. Excellent, excellent. We're going to be dominating the south. And just like that, Brazil, I was wrong. Brazil has decided to go to war with us. Typical Brazil. Alright. Okay, we're going to move these boys off the border of Paraguay, and then we're actually going to be using our Mountaineers like we did in Uruguay to do some naval landings around Sao Paulo and Rio de Janeiro. So, alright, let's go ahead and quickly update our template here. Let's add some support artillery to these guys. Just give them a little more bite. We're going to draw a defensive line here onto the coast. Most of the victory points for Brazil are on this coastline here, so we'll go ahead and focus our efforts there and grab this airport. Alright, we have extra defense, and now we're going to be dominating the south. So you can see here, of course, now we're at war. Our stability has dropped a fair amount. War support is very high though, so it could be worse. It could be worse. All right. There's a few options here, but basically, what we're trying to do is work down to South American unity. This is going to allow us to start coring land in South America. Let's actually choose the war machine first and foremost to get started. That's going to give us some extra mills. Ordinarily, I'd be moving down some of these war claims, but we are busy at the moment. And let's also, since we're going to be a little ways from starting to core this land, let's go down here and choose the army logistics guy. And we do have that little annoying bug sometimes that happens where your air zones are not colored in. It's pretty annoying. Pretty annoying. If you save, you load out and load back in, it usually corrects it. But for today, I'm not gonna worry about it too much. So let's go ahead and choose our mountaineers. We're gonna be doing a cheeky naval landing. The cheekiest. So see if we can push through to this port. Cut these guys off, and we're off. All right, we're attempting to make landings. Let's do force attack. All right, made landfall. Support. Support. All right. All right, we've made landfall. To expand out. No, go back. Need to expand out a little bit here. Take Sao Paulo. Perfect. These guys queued up here. This is the best path for mountaineers. Amphibious mountaineers. Why not? Right. We've encircled these guys. It's 2 more divisions. Let's see if we can... Oh! Look at that. Beautiful. Now if we can actually close it, that's another story. That's what you guys like to see. That's why we do it. Why we play HOI. Close these pockets. Looks like they are attempting to break out. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to hold this pocket. That's fine. It was a little cheeky. It was a little cheeky. I think we're gonna do it, boys. I think we're gonna do it. Close it, close it, close it, close it. Close the door. Oh, yes. All right. Excellent. All these units cut off. Destroy them. Make them suffer. Let's check out where we are. They've got 6 to 14 divisions. Oh, wow. I think we just wiped out like 10 of their divisions. They're still very well equipped. We're doing great on guns and equipment. Yeah. I mean, you know, probably about 15,000 troops or something like that. Not bad. Not bad. Well, we might as well go ahead and get our other war goals set. Get some more mills going, construction speed, and then that'll also allow us to improve the organization of our army. I think that's actually a better idea. Thanks, Italy. Let's give these mountaineer boys a little something something. Some artillery. How we doing? Excellent, excellent. 25th combat width, I believe, is the optimal combat width for mountaineers. Let's entrap Rio. See if you guys will get there in time. Yeah, it should be alright. You know what? Every encircled unit is one less. Yep, we have to fight, so it's honest work. The Brazilian good neighbor policy. Let's go ahead and get our other war goals going here. Brazil is not long for this world. March these boys up the coast. Yeah, this war is going pretty smoothly. I don't know where their army is. I think this is it. And just like that, we contract another 4 divisions. Okay. Conquer Paraguay is complete. Now we could either do the same thing. We could reach out to Chile, try to make a puppet, or we can choose the ultimatum. I mean, they almost always become a puppet for you with the ultimatum anyway, so I would always choose that. Let's just see before they cap what we're at here. Yeah, they're going to cap in a sec now. 22,000 lost in the war, 229,000 Brazilians lost. Oh my goodness. I would say that's a pretty successful war for little Argentina. And just like that, mighty Brazil has come to its knees. Alright, we will take it all. We'll take their navy. And we'll be done with it. And just like that, Argentina Legionaria is much, much more grand. A lot of room for activities. Alright, let's take the army and move them down here to Paraguay. Paraguay does not have a chance. Design some better aircraft. It's probably better fighters out there for sure, but this should probably be able to handle anything we need to worry about. So add fighter 1 in production. Let's see if we want to, let's build some CAS. That's fine. That's just the basic early CAS. We will build much better planes sooner. We will be a mighty nation. Let's go ahead and declare the war. Push in. And it's very hard to maneuver around in Paraguay. And they do have a huge... Oh, we took the capital. Perfect. They do put up a heck of a fight. They have this river navy modifier here. It gives them an extra 20% defense on core territory, which is insane. Oh, Chile, Chile, Chile. Just as Warsaw has fallen to the German Reich, Chile refuses our ultimatum to join us. They could back down, but I don't know. We're not going to do that. Now, this is what you're all here for. South American unity. Now that we obtain territory across the continent, it's time that we take on a new name to symbolize the fact we are not just Argentina Legionaria, but South America as a whole. We have managed to unite these squabbling states under one powerful banner at last. So this is going to allow us to start coring this territory. There we go. Okay, and Paraguay has capped. So, same old, take all territory. They don't have a navy, obviously. And just like that, we grow larger. Chile is a long boy, but they will regret standing in our way. Let's also get some more infantry queued up. Going to be a little short on manpower, but that's okay. A little short on guns, but we'll be fine. We'll catch up here soon. Oh, and just like that, we have changed. We are now the Sud America Legionaria. Look at that, in a lovely, menacing, blackish green. I don't know what you want to call that. I don't like our flag as much. I don't know what that is. It's so low res, I can't really tell what the details are. Those horses? Is that a sun, probably, still? I don't know. Now, this is where the fun starts here. Now we can start coring out territory in South America. So that's why we've been banking all this PP. So when you do this, all of the population centers are on the coast, typically. And so that's where you want to focus. So let's go ahead and queue up as many of these as we can. Also, the capitals of nations that you have taken, I would recommend you get those as well. So you can see you get through your political power pretty darn quick here. But you can core a tremendous amount of territory. Alright, good enough. Excellent, 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 excellent. Cutting through them like a knife through butter. They are not long for this world. Let's move our mountaineers up the coast. See, I told you they'd be helpful. They'd come in handy. And just like that, Chile is no more. Take everything, grab their navy as well. And just like that, look at that, Sud America Legionaria grows ever stronger. So you can see it's December 3rd, 1939, and we have almost complete domination of South America. This Argentina continues to get stronger and stronger. One negative for going this path with Argentina. Argentina doesn't have pre-built war goals for any other nations in South America, like Brazil does, which would be a lot more helpful. You'll have to manually justify on these other nations in South America. And there's some other focuses to try to take these territories from the Allies, but it is what it is. Justify on Libya, or any state, doesn't matter, during 60 days. Some better guns. And you can really see that after we've cored that territory out already. We've bumped up a ton in civilian factories, military factories, and recruitable pop. We're now currently at 25.12 million eligible core pop. When you have PP, just continue to core out this territory along the coastline. We'll be at war here pretty soon, so let's get these boys lined up. Have the Mountaineers go along the spine. Okay. We have the heavy gun department specialization here, so we got a few options here we can choose from. Yeah, I think obviously, I mean, just like it says here, obviously the artillery needs modernization. I mean, that's huge. So we just keep stacking those modifiers. Perfect. And while we're at it, let's go ahead. 185. We'll wait until we're at war and then justify on Peru. Let's also get some more Mountaineers queued up. Domestic designs are done. Let's do domestic aircraft industry. Alright. Justification for Bolivia is done. Slow it down. Declare war. The terrain, the fight in South America is terrible, so we can certainly use that. We do have some more XP to spend. 30% stability. Like I said, we've been dealing with stability issues this entire game. Let's go ahead. I hate to use it, but let's use it to increase our stability as well. And we're going to cut through them like a knife through butter. And just like that, Bolivia has fallen. So take everything. Obviously don't have a navy. Alright, we do have quite a few troops now. So let's go ahead and get our Mountaineers kind of lined up here. They're gonna go up the spine towards Lima, while the main infantry holds the line and then pushes westward. Go down the economic side of the tree. There's some cool stuff here. It's the immigration wave. Can be kind of fun. But what we're really gonna need is more steel and aluminum moving forward. So I think we head down here. So this will give us some extra infrastructure. Now we're gonna have some supply issues here. So let's try to bump up these hubs. And it wouldn't hurt to work on some railroads. Connect these a little bit better. Alright. Approved aircraft is ready. We might as well grab some radio protection here. Assign ourselves a better fighter. What do we got here? Lights, cannons. I think we can do better than that. Hawk 750. Alright. Let's go ahead and expand the steel extraction. It'll give us some extra steel. Gonna need it. This is gonna be a nasty war. Every time you fight in Peru, it's terrible. It doesn't matter. It's gonna be pretty horrendous. It's mountains everywhere, rivers, just god awful territory to fight in. So, but it must be done. We are carving through them. The Mountaineers are doing the heavy lifting. Excellent. We have grabbed that supply hub though. That's going to be very helpful for us. It's all Jover. It's all Jover for them. We have cut them off here. Let's see if we can close this gap. Move our Mountaineers up here. Yeah, we've completely cut off their entire army here. There's nothing they can do about it. You have no power here. Look at that. 12 divisions cut off right there. Ah. Many a brave Argentinian man will give his life for greater Argentina. And just like that, Peru has capped. Excellent, excellent, excellent. We're going to take everything. We're going to take their navy as well. Firm an exit. And what are we looking at navy-wise here? Oh, we've grown so large. Look at this. Let's see, we've got all of our captured navies here. We'll go ahead and line them up. Try to separate our submarines. Yeah, we'll take it. Let's continue the core of the territory out. Line the army up here. Ecuador is our next target on our chopping block. We're going to need to do a railroad tycoon for a while. We need to upgrade the infrastructure all the way down this spine here. Let's see about connecting these rail lines. Perfect. As you can see, our industry continues to get stronger and stronger, so we're having a fair amount of factories at our disposal at the moment. Alright, let's see about upgrading some of our infrastructure here. We have more factories than we need at the moment, so we do have a lot of resources now. I want to see if we can try to keep that up, try to improve those resource outputs, and we're going to do that by increasing our infrastructure. Now at this point we could hypothetically join the Axis, join the war, bring our troops over and see if we could knock out the United Kingdom. I think we're going to kind of focus on South America, but that's certainly an option you could take. Oh, justification is complete. Alright, this is going to be a short war. Ecuador doesn't have very much. We'll just go ahead and push in, take the victory points, head for the capital. It's pretty darn easy. And just like that, Ecuador has fallen. Take everything. They don't have a navy. At this point, it doesn't really matter. You know, just go through the focus trees, see whatever you need, see what can add to your game overall, what looks interesting, that sort of thing. Carlos, you're falling ill again. What's going on with you? Need some leave? Alright, we do want foreign advisors, so let's go down and grab tank warfare. Just resupply their ship, sure. What the heck? We're doing alright on guns currently, but we're gonna need a lot more for what's coming. Alright, so just declare war, they don't have any friends. Should be a fairly simple war. And Colombia is no more. Select everything. Take their navy. And we grow larger. Remember to continue the core of your territory. So it's easy to forget. Let's line up. Venezuela's next up on the chopping block. Let's check out what our supply situation is. Not great. Not great at all. Let's see if we can remedy some of this. We got a couple options here where we can improve the army here. I gotta go with the first option here. Don't worry about Venezuela, they don't really have anything. This will be over shortly. And Caracas has fallen. Lovely jubbly. And Venezuela is no more. Take everything, take the navy. Firm and exit. Look at that. Sud America Legionaria is large and mighty. Alright, let's look here. We've got 123 factories, 69 civilian factories, alright, 62 military factories, and 10 naval dockyards. Currently sitting at 1.4 recruitable pop on limited conscription. And we have so much more territory to core out. I mean, look at all this. the rest of Brazil and all these other minor nations. Oh my goodness, you core out all these, you're getting access to all their factories, their pop. It's incredible. You can easily turn Argentina into the massive superpower that it can be. You can turn the tide of World War II, and there's nothing they can do about it. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you did, give me a like. Consider subscribing if you enjoyed this content and like to see some more Hearts of Iron or some other strategy games in the future. I'm Greg the Gamer, and hey, I'll see you guys on the next one. Later.